Greetings, anime faithful!
And welcome to the Otaku Way.
I'm Otaku.
And I'm Way.
So, Way, what anime should we tear apart first?
Too popular.
It's one of the biggest animes to ever be released, and if we do it an injustice, we'll lose all credibility. Plus, the shonen junkies will eat our souls.
Don't give it up, Luffy. Don't give it up, Solo.
Too long.
If that show wins in the next 20 years, I'll be surprised. What the fuck was that?
This piece of shit will do just fine.
Our affront to modern science begins with a young girl quickly running to see her brother before he leaves for outer space.
We discover the girl's name is Sarah Wyrick and that she doesn't want her brother to leave for space because if he does, he'll be traveling at near light speed. This means the two will perceive time differently, and by the time the brother returns, his sister will have already aged and died after living a full life. Sarah's brother quickly comforts her, though, telling her that if she really wants to see him again, she can find a way, inspiring Sarah to join the same military program as her brother when she grows up in an effort to see her brother again.
This show just started, and our main character is already inspired by a theoretical improbability. Put simply, the time difference the two would experience would be so massive, it'd be very unlikely that they ever see each other again. And this all goes back to Einstein's theory of relativity, which states that if a person were moved at the speed of light, or even somewhat close to it, that person would perceive time differently. What would be a couple years to the person moving at light speed could potentially be hundreds or even thousands of years to those they left behind. And those they left behind could never catch up to the person that left them unless they move faster. Then you'd even have to calculate down to a perfect T. I mean, who does that? This means Sarah would never be able to see her brother again, no matter what she does, making her entire inspiration bullshit. Also, it proves that the creators of this show had not even a basic understanding of the theories they throw around as fucking plot devices.
Many years into the future, we see Sarah all grown up and on the same path as her brother, having joined the Galactic Union, one of the two military forces inhabiting space, and one at war with the other military entity, the Deeg. We discover that Sarah is trained to become a Reasoner, or a pilot of the Union's weapon of choice, Strains. These giant robots are powered by Machirion, a strange substance that once discovered allowed mankind to travel at near light speed because it just does that for some reason. These strains also contain mimics, which allow each Reasoner to pilot their giant robots, and each mimic was specifically created for each Reasoner. And should anything happen to one's mimic, the Reasoner will never be able to pilot their strain again.
Or put into a language that we all can understand, strain equals Gundam, Reasoner equals coordinator, and Machirion equals magic.
We're also introduced to Sarah's friend Seti, a guy who's secretly in love with Sarah, but can't tell her his true feelings. However, he does dance with her on the roof a lot.
Just be gentle. I'm no expert.
There's two others too, but they really don't matter, so don't bother remembering their names. I didn't.
Honestly.
Soon, the training facility is attacked by the Deeg, forcing Sarah and company to fight on the front lines, so they all hop in their strains and get to fighting. They're doing okay fighting the Deeg's tumors, AI-controlled unmanned drones, when a strain suddenly shows up leading the attack, killing all of Sarah's friends.
What is that? No way, it can't be. A dwarf strain?
It's about time one of them showed up. We're going to need all the help we can get with this.
No, it's bad.
What do you mean?
What is she?
Run!
Including Seti, who died saving Sarah's life.
He was such an original character, too. I mean, a guy who couldn't tell a girl how he really feels. That's never been done before in an anime. Oh, wait. That's been done in every anime since the beginning of fucking time!
Sarah's just as quickly defeated as all her friends, getting her mimic destroyed along the way, leaving her to chase the enemy pilot on foot in an effort to avenge her fallen comrades. When she comes across the pilot taking a naked girl out of a capsule. Do you need some alone time, sir?
Yet another original idea, Faithful. Never seen that one before. Outlaw Star.
And does she really have to be naked? I mean, how desperate for viewers are you that you have to cater to perverts who get their rocks off to preteens?
Sarah soon stops the mysterious man, only to find out that the man who just killed all her friends is in fact her brother, Ralph Wyrick! Sarah completely ignores the fact that meeting her brother is a statistical impossibility and chases after him, only to be completely ignored by her bro, and then shot down out of the sky, leaving her really fucking confused to what the fuck is going on. You and me both, sister. You and me both.
Fast forward to what I'm guessing is a couple months later. Dumb motherfuckers don't really explain anything. And we see Sarah in a new Union training facility under her new super secret alias, Sarah Cruz.
A little attached to your first name, Sarah? You think if she went to the trouble of getting a whole new identity, she might change her whole fucking name? Man, this bitch is dumb!
With her mimic gone, Sarah has now joined the Gambi Pilot Division, or as I like to call it, the practically useless, ultra-crappy Gundam Ripoff Division. And she finds herself a social outcast because she is both a better pilot than her new teammates, and after losing all her friends in battle, obviously isn't too keen on making any new ones. I mean, who would be? But they're just bitches about it.
Her fellows soon not only bully Sarah, but begin to blame her for everything wrong that happens throughout the entirety of the series!
Hey, Cruz, ever heard of teamwork? I see what's going on here. She thinks she can mock me. You're gonna pay for that! You hear me? If you had started the battle in that strain of yours, this wouldn't have happened!
You know, for soldiers, these Gambi pilots are some of the biggest assholes I've ever seen. Y'all could get blown up for all I care.
Yes, I can take care of all of these myself! Above you! Look! No, stop! Get off! Ah! Someone help me! Isabella!
Wow! I'm a god!
No, you're just an idiot.
And you shall worship me, for this idiot is the creator, the maker of all I am! Sorry.
Despite all her hardships, Sarah soon finds comfort in a strange doll she finds hidden in the mechanic's wing, named Emily. Sarah soon begins to visit the doll every day, and the two become the best of friends. Now, if that doll came to life and went on a killing spree, this anime would get a whole lot more interesting.
In many ways, we're one and the same, aren't we, Emily?
Anyway, in seeing the doll every day, Sarah also meets the mechanics for the ship, who are the best characters in the series. I don't know what it is about them, but they're the only characters who consistently made me laugh. As if that wasn't all, they proved to be some of the best minds in the universe. Pretty high accomplishments for fucking children! They earned the right to get drunk off their asses if they want.
No way. You're a mimic. Emily.
Oh, I wonder if this little coinkydink comes in handy if the ship gets attacked by the Deeg. Oh, look! The ship got attacked by the fucking Deeg.
Encountering the enemy during any form of lightspeed travel is almost unheard of. Let's double-check the radar signatures.
Yes, sir.
Surely the enemy would know we're just a training school running exercises. It wouldn't be worth their time to attack.
You mean like the training facility that got completely destroyed at the beginning of this fucking series? Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna be just fine. You're only training soldiers meant to destroy their forces in a couple of years. This is war, you idiot!
Dumbest commander ever!
It's quickly revealed the Deeg attack is being led by Ralph, and everybody rallies together to take him on. And every step of the battle goes exactly as you'd expect it to. Ralph appears. Sarah gets angsty and wants to fight.
Ralph Wyrick is here. He's outside. This is my opportunity. But I'm stuck on board this ship instead of out there with him. What's the point of even being here if I can't get to my brother?
Mechanics let her use super secret strain, and Emily acts as her mimic. Wait, what about that last part?
They're linked! That's impossible!
What a twist!
Sarah fights her brother. But he gets away because we're only 4 episodes into a 13-episode series. So they obviously didn't want to kill the main villain yet.
To top it off, not only was this battle predictable, it was yet another moment where the creators of Strain decide to spit in the face of science.
Wait, I thought we were done with that joke.
Joke? Who said this was a joke? Do you think science is a joke?
No?
Damn straight you don't. This shit is important.
Oh, plus the bitches blame Sarah for the Deke attack. Go to hell, you dumb whores!
Why don't you say something, you bitch? So you've been a reasoner all along, then? Is that why you think you're better than us? Huh?
I bet you've really been enjoying yourself. Haven't you? Getting to look down on us this whole time?
Get off of me!
Cocky little slut. Where's your precious strain now? Take that!
To start, the fight begins with the ship already moving at sublight speed, somehow getting attacked by a Deke ship that could track them and catch up with them. I can't even begin to imagine the logistics this requires. This battle should never have happened till both ships exited light speed, because they are both moving at the same speed, so how could one catch up to the other? But here we are, just because the creator thought the idea of a sublight speed battle sounded cool. Well, they're right, but it doesn't forgive the execution.
There's just one last thing. Two-way communications will be impossible at sublight speed. You'll be able to communicate with each other, but not with the mothership.
Plus, why even use robots at all? I mean, why not just use lasers? Lasers travel at the speed of light, so technically they'd be going faster than the ships are, making the robots completely unnecessary. And you can't tell me they don't have lasers if they can do all this other shit with science, Mercurion, and magic. And if they can't, then these people really need to die before they can populate this universe anymore. Why haven't the Deke won this war already? I mean, they use AI-controlled tumors to fight, while the Union used man strains. One comes at the cost of human life.
You idiot! You're gonna get yourself killed if you fight like that! I told you so!
The other doesn't. Why hasn't the Union lost this war a long time ago? God, I hate this anime.
Seeing as Sarah saved the day with the strain, everyone kind of figures out Sarah is a strain pilot, and she's transferred to where she meets her new non-Harpy comrades in the strain division. There's Lottie, the leader who's nowhere near as good as pilot as Sarah, but can't give up her title and has this whole thing to avenge her brother's death since Sarah's brother killed her brother. Wonder if that will come back later.
The girl's got guts, man, and I respect that.
Jessie, the tall one who follows Lottie everywhere and has no personality of her own. Karis, Sarah's new love interest, who actually has the balls to hit on her.
It's such a pretty scene. And I think I did it justice if I do say so myself.
Dickon, the goofball that seems to exist in every other anime these days.
Now let me see what you're working on. Space monster, huh?
A girly chick and a tomboy who don't do anything or affect the plot at all.
You gotta be kidding me. Why would you want to fight on an empty stomach?
I fight just fine, but that doesn't mean I have to give up my girlish figure now, does it?
I'll tell you what's good for a girlish figure. Meat. Here, have some of mine.
And Lavina, the lesbian that's in love with Sarah and is constantly trying to fuck her.
You have the smoothest skin I've ever felt!
Giving us a cast of characters we've seen in other shows 1,000 times and done better. Plus a lesbian. Whoopee!
Sarah's new buddies do their best to make her feel like she's part of the team, but Sarah ends up sticking to her old reclusive ways. Imagine that. But after Lottie and Sarah become rivals, and throw a party, and save Sarah's life from her old comrades, blaming her for the attack, and trying to fucking kill her... finally finds it in her heart to open up again. Believe that? God!
Yet the soldiers who just tried to murder Sarah, one of their own comrades, faced no punishment whatsoever. You're right. These are completely horrible human beings. That's what I'm saying. I know I've said this before, but why hasn't the Union lost this war? Their soldiers are trying to kill each other.
After the attack, Command decides to get repairs and supplies to the next colony. And once they arrive, everybody gets a day off. Looks like it's time to party! Oh, look. Lavina accidentally stole Emily from Sarah in yet another attempt to fuck her. And now Emily's missing. Dumb bitch!
Turns out that Emily got thrown in with the trash. Sarah just starts to freak out. I swear it's hilarious.
She's the only thing I have left. I can't lose her no matter what. Where is she? That girl is my only hope!
Of course, her friends decide to help her with the search in typical anime fashion.
None of the dolls I've seen look like Emily.
Karis even has some connections at the colony since it is his old hometown and all. His younger brother starts even using contacts to help them search. Wait, is that old guy supposed to be his younger brother?
Afraid so. Alright, I'll let you try and explain yourself, Strain. So how does Karis have a younger brother who's older than him?
See, I've done so much sub-light speed travel that he's actually older than I am now, which is really weird to think about.
I'll give you that one, but I'll be watching you.
We get it! We get it. The science is wrong. This is nothing new with this series, man. Let it go.
Science is law, bitch!
We're on a date. I mean searching for Emily. I'm so sorry. My bad. Karis and Sarah run into a little girl named Emily, who looks just like Sarah's doll of the same name, who apparently already knows Sarah. I wonder if there's a connection. The little girl soon leads Sarah to her doll, while her team is ordered to investigate a strange ship that landed in the colony. Lottie chooses to run after Sarah, and Karis goes with the others to investigate. Once Sarah and Emily find her doll, Ralph appears and takes the little girl with him, refusing to give Sarah any answers as to what turned him so evil.
Tell me what this is all about! Answer me!
Do not interfere. Forget about me, and forget about this little girl.
And Lottie, well, she arrives just in time to discover that Sarah and Ralph are brother and sister.
Brother!
What did you just say? What the hell did you just say, Sarah?
Wonder if this will lead to any dramatic tension between the two.
A gift he thought to get you right before your traitorous brother Ralph Weirich killed him!
Jesus Christ! Bad crazy bitch! Bad!
As if losing her amazing secret identity wasn't enough, we also find out Karis was killed by Sarah's brother when they investigated back at the colony.
Man! What is it with Ralph and killing all of his sister's boyfriends? I mean, who does that to a sibling's lover?
You're right. That's totally fucked up. You're absolutely right, Otaku. It's completely fucked up.
Oh, brother dear, I want you to meet my new boo. Oh, I love him dearly. We met at the supermarket of all places. We both reached for the cabbage, and our eyes just met. It was love at first sight. Isn't he pretty? Isn't he gorgeous, my brother? I hope you're happy for me. Brother, what are you doing? No, brother, no! Stop, brother, you're killing him! You're killing him, brother! No!
Just crazy. What the fuck you doing? Give me back my hat! Jackass. What the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck is going on?
Once Ralph returns, he quickly discovers... Wait, that's the dig ship? That's been attacking them this whole time? Why are none of the lights on? I get these guys are supposed to be the bad guys, but why no lights? I'm not joking, this entire series they've turned on one fucking light in this ship. They even try to show me they're baddies by keeping them in darkness 24/7, but all you've done, Strain, is make me think that these guys don't have enough money to pay their power bill. Oh my god. Anyways, Ralph finds out, I guess the Dig were given orders to stop chasing their prey, so he makes the very rational decision to kill everyone on board! Wow, you may be just trying to show me how evil Ralph is, but I really just don't give a fuck anymore, Strain. Fuck you.
Back at the ship that actually pays their electric bills on time, the engineers discover that Sarah's doll is actually... Holy shit, what the fuck is that? My god, there was a brain and eyeball stuck in that doll this whole time, and no one noticed? What the fuck is up with that? The engineers also discovered that the doll is hundreds of years old. In an effort to find out where the hell it came from, they decide to let Sarah and her doll link up to see if they can get more info. The doll soon shows Sarah a flashback to many years ago, where an alien race of little girls who all shared the same consciousness left their homeworld and were found by humans. After realizing the possibilities these girls had for interstellar communications and physics in general, it just showed how valuable and precious each little girl was to the scientific community. However, the scientists decide the best way to utilize the little girls is to perform horribly cruel and inhumane experiments on all the children until only a few remained.
Now that's just sick. Right? Even by my standards. What?
I feel I should also mention that this is where Strain gets really confusing. After all, where did these girls come from? How many of them are there? Why did they all share one consciousness? Why did we choose to murder all the girls we contacted instead of communicating with the first alien life forms we'd ever encountered? It's just confusing and portrays humanity as a civilization where we murder first and ask questions later. It's just idiotic. Thankfully, a rescue party from planet Lolicon, the planet that gives hope to pedophiles everywhere, shows up choosing to attack the horrible facility that almost wiped them all out. Turns out this pissed the Union off so much they decided to develop Strain technology and hunt down any of the few surviving girls. And just who did they choose to finish their little act of attempted genocide but Ralph Wyrick himself? Ralph, unaware he'd been fighting little girls who'd done nothing wrong, attacks the girls' ships. And once he discovers the truth, he breaks down, asking the last child if there's anything he could do to make up for all the wrongs humanity had done.
How can I ever make atonement for doing this?
The last child then, with a completely unexplained power, gives Ralph all the memories of the atrocities committed against their race, and in her last moment sends Ralph 500 years back in time thanks to a Baldur's Gate, so he can undo all the wrongs done to them.
There is so much wrong with what just happened, I'm not even sure I can explain it all. Okay, first off, what the fuck is a Baldur's Gate? And how the hell did that little girl transfer her memories to Ralph? Is she psychic? Okay, that's just nitpicky. But what is really bugging me is if they could time travel this entire time through these Baldur gates, then why didn't they go back in time and stop the ship from getting captured in the first place? It seems pretty goddamn simple for them to stop this and preventing the whole thing from ever happening. Why wait for Ralph? It makes no goddamn sense. It's like they tried to find a quick fix for one little plot hole, and in the process made a million more!
With the inspiration for Ralph's betrayal and the Emily story told, the group realized Ralph is on his way to reclaim the last Emily. When the D commander arrives on the ship with the other Emily after just escaping from Ralph. With both Emilys on board, everyone gets ready to fight Ralph in what I must admit is a pretty good final battle.
Well, how about we give them a run for their money? Let's get in there and kick some ass!
Ralph charges in, forcing the entire Deeg ship into the hull of the Union vessel. After the self-destruct was triggered, the tumors get released, keeping Sarah's friends busy while Sarah looks for her brother again.
Come on! Where are you, damn it?
Instead, Sarah reunites with the other Emily, and the two have a very heartwarming moment. That is until Ralph bursts in, shooting up the place. Pew pew.
No, Dickon! You alright?
No! I kinda like that guy.
Really?
Well, more than Sarah's boy toys.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Ralph commands Emily to come with him, but she refuses, hoping to stay with Sarah. And Ralph loses his shit!
Child, I said come here!
After traveling back through time, defecting to the Deeg, and attacking a training facility all to free an Emily, you think it might have occurred to Ralph to ask her what she wants before declaring war against all humanity. You know, just a thought.
Well, with the Emily saved and Ralph ready for a fight, it's time for the final battle between Sarah and her brother. Or maybe it's time for some dramatic build-up. Yeah, Sarah's going to meet with all her buds, they're going to fix her strain. Hell, she'll even have a touching moment with Lottie. And then fight Ralph. Stuff like that always happens to soldiers right before a big battle. True. True.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow. A reading
Child!
Brother?
Take good care of Emily.
Ralph!
You've improved, my sister.
Alright, that's it. This is the last fucking straw. This entire series, Ralph has been nothing more than a colossal asshole. And now, just because he died, you want me to feel sorry for him? Bullshit! I think the creators of this series meant for Ralph to be a corrupted hero. A hero that was once the epitome of good, who turned evil. But that doesn't really work for Ralph, because we never got to know Ralph as a good person. Just an ass! Ralph lived like an ass, and died like an ass. Plain and simple. This anime's awful, faithful.
If you want an example of a good corrupted hero, Check out Sensui from Yu Yu Hakusho. He had way more depth than you can actually believe the reason for his shift in personality.
Ugh. You take the rest of this mess away. I'm finished. This series is crap.
Well, Sarah and Emily fall into a planet after fighting Ralph, and then their friends pick them up. That's Drain, faithful. That's all it is. That's it. Nothing else.
If you were wondering if I'd recommend this series, then obviously you weren't paying attention, because this series is a confusing pile of dog shit.
To start, it's a science fiction series that gets all the science wrong. It's like the writers of this series heard a bunch of really cool science things and decided to write a plot of a show around them. But they completely ignored doing even the slightest bit of research into how they really work.
Don't believe me? Half the ideas in this show can be found on fucking Wikipedia, perfectly explained in plain English. But the writers of this series did not have time for a fucking Google search. Well, with the exception of episode 7, the lesbian episode, wink wink, this series is utter shit. They failed science. They failed their audience. Don't watch this one, faithful. Trust me on this one.
Actually, I have to disagree.
Excuse me?
Well, sure, this series is bad, but if you look past the science errors...
I can't.
Well, some of us can. And if you can look past the science bullshit, you'll find a whole bunch of other reasons to hate this shitty show.
To start, half the characters in the series either serve no purpose other than filling space or just carbon cutouts of other characters we've seen again and again. The only characters I even gave the slightest damn about during the show were Sarah and the mechanics. They were the only original characters in the show, so they were the only characters I even began to feel anything for. My God! Even Lottie was a copy of Sarah, and throughout most of the show, many of the more emotional moments we were meant to feel for her!
In fact, just about every act in this series meant to make me feel for these characters came from characters I felt nothing for. Don't believe me? Let's look at who died in this show.
Let's see. We've got the bitch who bullies Sarah, Seti, an annoying character I've seen so many times I couldn't give an honest damn whether he lived or died. Karis, a guy who got so little screen time we never even see Sarah sad that he's dead. And the bitch who began a war.
I just don't care about these people, even if you give them a dramatic death. All Strain really was a series that tried to make me feel something. But trying doesn't really get you anything, because they failed on every level. This isn't just a bad anime for all of the science bullcrap in it. It's a bad anime for the jumbled mess of a story that couldn't make me feel a damn thing.
Okay. I guess we have to concede that there were a few good things about this series. Though, very short. The fights between the strains and even some of the space battles were well done. And the humor made me laugh more times than not. But these aspects cannot save this broken series. And I can only recommend one episode to you. Episode 7. Just watch that one. You won't be disappointed.
Well, Way, completed our first review. It's all uphill from here. So what's our next anime?